Hi everybody, this is Tom back in the rabbit hole today, and we're going to make a pair of helical drive gears. These are the primary drive gears that connect the spindle to the hob spindle on the hobbing attachment that I'm building for the Van Norman mill. These will be 50 tooth, they will be 10 dp, they will be 30 degrees helix angle left and right. And I'm going to kind of let the pictures and the videos do most of the talking. There's going to be very little theory, no math, and if anyone wants more details about the setup on the gears and the mathematics behind it, please feel free to drop me a comment and I'll answer any question. So this is going to be a little bit more machining video and kind of behind the scenes, if you like. For what it's like to make a couple of gears on my hobbing machine. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy it. Please drop me comments. If you haven't subscribed, please feel welcome to do that. And I'll be looking forward to any reaction that you might have to this style of video. Well, this is my first attempt to cut a helical gear with 01 tool steel. I got off to a rough start on this one. As always, the key seems to be attention to detail. The setup was right, but there were a couple things that didn't get enough tightening on the arbor. I didn't have this thing tight, and I also didn't have enough torque on the nut to hold the blank in position. And it's located by a key, but it was still vibrating. So once the tool load hit, it was vibrating enough to knock it out of the slot, and then the loads went up a lot and made it even worse. So I've got a false start on this one, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this gear. I'm making a first pass at 50 thou. I'm going to try the next pass at 75 thou. And I've got to get all the way to 0.2157 for this 14.5 degree pressure angle DP10 gear. So that's going to take a few passes if I can't go over 50 thousandths. But considering the trouble I had getting it started, I may be able to go a little deeper. I'm hoping to be able to get at least 100 thou per pass, which I've been able to do before with 2.25 mod, which is only a little bit smaller tooth form than this DP10. Well, this is what it looks and sounds like toward the end of the final pass. I'm still getting a little bit of chatter, not as loud as it was before. So I'm hopeful that I'll get a decent surface finish on the tooth. I'm going to use it regardless. It's a little bit miscut on the left-hand edge of the tooth from some of my previous problems, but it's a really small defect, and I think for this project it's going to be fine. So I'm just going to clean up those that little area by hand and smooth it in a little bit, and I think this will be a usable gear. So I'm going to let this run for a little while, and as soon as it's done, we'll take it out, clean it up, have a look, come back and reset the machine for 30 degrees left hand, and I'll bring you back for all of that. Well, this is just finishing up the fourth and final pass. The teeth are looking pretty good, really. So I'm going to stop the machine here shortly. It's still cutting just a tiny little bit, so I'm going to let it go for another couple minutes. go just a little bit longer. Make sure that it's completely stopped cutting. Yeah, that's good. Splinters. You see that little bit of a nick that I got in the leading edge of the tooth there. It took so long to make this thing, you know, I'm inclined to just go ahead and see if I can make that work. Doesn't look too bad. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Just a tiny little notch there in the front edge of that tooth where I went through a couple little iterations trying to get the setup right. But other than that, the tooth profile, the flanks look pretty clean. I think better than the last helical gear I made at this depth with multiple passes. It actually looks not bad at all. There's, I don't know if you can see the feed marks on the flank, but you get those with pretty much any hobbing operation, and I can't feel them with my fingernails, so I'm going to pretend they don't exist. So that's good. I think this is a successful experiment on the third or fourth try, and but I didn't scrap any blanks. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this gear the way it is, because honestly it's just missing a little bit of a corner of one tooth there, but the flank is fine, so we'll roll with it.
Sorry about that.
So we're still making a 50-tooth gear, so I don't need to change anything on the lead train or the index train, except that I have to take this, I don't know if you can see that. There's an idler gear right there. If I take that out, that reverses the direction of the lead compensation, which is what we need for a left-hand gear.
Swing this around. Seems to work the best when it's kind of parallel to the other shaft there. The other trick universal ones, which I think I learned back in engineering school when I forgot. And had to learn
This is the start of the third pass. The depth of cut on this pass is about 65 thou, and I'm saving about a little over 10 thou for a finish pass. So this will be 4 passes overall, and this hasn't gone too badly. I took some special steps to ensure concentricity of the blank, just a little bit more than I usually do, to make sure that it's the way it needs to be. And most of all, I made sure that the blank was kind of nailed down tight to the arbor, so that there's no possibility of working loose or movement. So anyway, this is off to a good start this morning, and hopefully in about an hour we'll have finished gear that we can clean up and take a look at. I'm going to go back to time lapse mode. Well, this is just finishing up the final pass on the left-hand helix gear. Like the other one, it came out pretty decent. When I cleaned it up and put the gears on the bench together, they meshed well, nice and smooth, and just the way you want them. To be honest, I have to say I'm very pleased with the way these came out. I'm not expecting they're going to be totally noise-free, but I think they're going to be pretty decent compared to a pair of spur gears, and I put it to the test like I've done before. That sounds pretty good to my ear. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting or helpful in some way. Like I said, drop me a comment. Be sure to click like and subscribe if you haven't done that. Well, I've got lots more to do on this project, so there will be more updates soon. Hope you come back and check it out.